Hey everyone, we are back with another episode in the season 2 of the Princes of Parma. And boy, have I got an episode for you today, honestly. Since I left you, we have been on a crazy run of form. Obviously, when I last saw you, we battered Linz 4-0. That was away from home. We then drew with Roma 1-1. Arezzo gave us the lead and then Dzeko pulled it back. That was away from home. That was in the Olimpico. We then beat Linz 3-0 at home. Comprehensive win, sent us through 7-0. Now, this game, if I told you this was a big game, you'd be like, Hellas Verona, why is that a big game? At the time, we were 6th and they were 5th. We battered them. We leapfrogged them. We threw a little friendly in because we had about 15 days between that game and the Milan game. So just a little friendly just to keep the players sharp. We then beat Milan, who are looking like, champions elect. The title is theirs, really. We beat them 2-1, again, away from home. Dennis Mann and Esposito with the goals. We had a bit of a good game plan in this match, I felt. We knew Zlatan was going to struggle with pace. Surprisingly, Ahmedhodzic had quite a poor game. I actually felt he did quite well. Basically, I just stuck him on Ibra, and we put Papetti on Leao, who was out on the left wing, and they just kept them quiet. Ibra then went off, Leao moved into the middle, and that was when things got a little bit more tricky for us because they brought on Mkhitaryan and Çalhanoğlu, and Çalhanoğlu was playing well, to be fair. He was causing us problems down their left-hand side, all right. But we held on, we got the win. 1-1 away at Everton. Yeah, so you couldn't write it. I'm an Everton fan, I'm a big Everton fan. Europa League quarter-final, who do we get drawn against? Everton. So, couldn't write it. We drew 1-1. I tweaked the game plan for this because, as you can see, I went with the 3-5-2 initially with the inverted wing backs. It was a tactical gamble in some ways. I would say it paid off to an extent. The strikers had nightmares. We weren't very much conservative because I was a little bit wary of the threat that Everton might pose us. They still have the likes of Richarlison, Rodriguez, Calvert-Lewin. Pretty much the team is relatively unchanged from the team that we have now. No Coleman and no Keane or Mina was in the team. Keane was on the bench. But otherwise, the only other player they've really added is Bakayoko. Everyone else is pretty solid. So I was a little bit wary of it. They've done well to get to this stage. Everton, where are they sat in the table in the Prem? The 5th. So, I was wary of their threat, and we got a goal on the set piece again. Of course we did. Ahmedhodzic. And then Alan got sent off. Now, I kind of got to about 75, 80 minutes, and I thought, go on, let's try and kill the game. So we changed to the gegenpress. And I probably should have dropped it off a little bit sooner than I did. Kind of passed me by a little bit, and they scored an equaliser literally with the last kick of the game. So, but you know what? 1-1 away from home in the Europa League, I will take. Plus, I had to be mindful of the fixture congestion because we did get shafted a little bit. So we played Milan on the Monday, Everton on the Thursday, and then we had Juve on the Monday, and then we've got Everton again today on the Thursday. So there was, quite a few games quite close together, 4 games in 10 days. Big games as well. Milan and Juventus, I couldn't really afford to rest anyone for those games either. And as you can see, at home, we completed the double over Juventus, which honestly I did not expect. Arezzo with the penalty. Second goal, Arezzo then picked up a slight knee injury, took him off, brought Esposito on. As you can see, the rest is history. What this means for the league is results have gone our way, and we are now actually sitting in a Champions League spot. Atalanta slipped up a little bit lately, which has allowed us to climb above them into that 4th place. Now, we'll whisper it very quietly, but there's a chance, quite a real chance here of getting Champions League football next season. This will put us in the group stage. No qualifying, no knockout pathways, straight into the group stage. That that'll be massive. A little bit ahead of schedule, if I'm being honest. I didn't expect us to be at this stage. I was thinking, consolidate European football, Europa League, most likely, outside chance, Champions League, maybe. We still have an outside chance. There's 6 games to go, let's be honest. But looking at our schedule, Monza, Sassuolo, Sampdoria, Fiorentina, Udinese. The toughest game is that last one away at Lazio. Obviously, we did beat them at home this season. Lazio have had a bit of a tough run of form. They've just sacked their manager, Simone Inzaghi. But all of these 5 games, we should be winning them. We really should be winning them. Atalanta, on the other hand, their run-in, I think, is a little bit less favourable. I think they've got like Fiorentina. Let's see, they've got Fiorentina, they've got Empoli. Okay. Roma and Hellas Verona are potential banana skins there as well. Roma have had another poor season. We actually did get offered an interview for the job there. Naturally, we declined. So interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. A lot to go for at the moment. Now, if we beat Everton, I do actually have the semi-final draw. If we get through this round, in the semi-finals, I believe, we will play either Juventus or Arsenal. Now, Juventus are going in there with a 4-1 lead. Arsenal did get an away goal. I personally think that's going to be too steep for them to overcome. Lille did beat Chelsea 1-0 at home, and Bilbao did get the win over Leipzig, quite a comfortable win. So in the other round, the Lille-Chelsea game is still to play for. You would back Chelsea to go through. If we can get through, we're likely going to be playing Juventus, and then if we can get past that, I would guess Chelsea. It's probably going to be Chelsea or Bilbao in the final, but we'll see. So, first things first, drop a like down below. Second, comment. Do you think we're going to win? Do you think we're going to get through to the semi-finals? And where do you think we will finish the season? Where are we going to finish? Drop your predictions early. We did have a prediction in the first episode for 4th or 5th. That's looking quite promising right now. That was Ben Henkin. So at the moment, Ben, you are looking on course to be correct. Outside chance of getting 3rd, I really can't see it. Juventus have got a game in hand. I think we're battling for 4th really right now. That's the position we should be aiming at. So let's go. This is our team. Esposito up front because, as I said, Arezzo did pick up a little niggle. He's fit enough to be on the bench for us, though. Dennis Mann, Gould, El Shaarawy, Tonali, Capaldo, Conti, Ahmed Hozic, Valenti and Zagaritis. Pizzella is just about coming back from injury, but he's not fit enough, really, for me to put onto this bench. Nico Serrano, what's he got a slight concern about? Oh, because he wanted to go on loan. That was back in January, mate. Why are you still moaning about that? Pizzella tore his hamstring, but he is due to come back soon, just in time to help see us through the end of the season, because Zagaritis is struggling, having to play there a lot at the moment. Just seeing that Conti is struggling, so let's chuck Papetti on there. So here we go. We're going into this game obviously with a lot of confidence. I know we did draw with them 1-1 at Goodison. Tactics, it's one of them. If I'd have played my usual formation, who knows? I might have won. I just didn't want to take the chance and be coming home to the Ennio with a deficit, really. I didn't want to be having to chase the game. Realistically, in this match, if I can get a nice early goal, it could, really good chance of killing off the tie, because I think we should be able to shut them out. At the end of the day, we don't really, as long as we don't concede, we're golden, because we've got that away goal. But, a nice early goal just to give us a little bit of breathing space, calm the nerves. I will take that all day long. Zagaritis in behind, in down the flank, crosses it. El Shaarawy is tackled by Tiamure Bakayoko. He's got the Chelsea-Arsenal game on in the background. Sepe has been solid this season. He's been so good. He actually got his first Italy call-up as well, so I'm quite pleased for him. But he's been really, really good. Dino with that delivery is always going to be a problem. Holgate, why can't he be like that in real life? Sniffing out everything. El Shaarawy, what can he do? Okay, unlucky. El Shaarawy is someone who can really just pull the strings for us if he wants to. Him and Dennis Mann seem to have a really good link up. Dennis Mann will cut inside from the right and he will just ping balls over all day to El Shaarawy, who, what a save from Sepe. I'm not happy with that though. That was too easy. Right, Papetti, you need to just go tight to him. I do not want him to be getting that sort of space at the back post. Just stick on him like glue. Richarlison scores, I will hold you responsible. I haven't decided whether to renew Papetti's loan or not yet. I'm tempted to let him go back to United because I've got a couple of centre-halves in Dirks and Barlow who are going to be ready for more first-team action next season. So I want to keep them in and around the first team. He's been really good for me, Papetti, don't get me wrong. Very useful player to have, really good squad player. That's not a foul. That is not a foul. He looked like he just dived then. That's a penalty. If there's any justice. Oh, Sepe, you babe. Oh, what a lad. What a lad. He saves it. Sepe saves the penalty. Yes, boyo. So yeah, going back to Papetti, he's been really good option to have. But, you know, I don't want him to stifle development of my players that show a really good potential. Yeah, I did get the lads just to do a bit of training on attacking set pieces this week. Right, we can go back to... I was preempting the penalty going in. Great ball in behind. Sorry, but El Shaarawy, you should be having John Joe Kenny there all day. Zagarita for the shot. Yeah. At the moment, I wouldn't say I'm happy, but as long as it stays 0-0, no complaints. Oh, and it hasn't. Valenti missed the interception, apparently, but we all know who should be marking Richarlison. Petty's on him. Right there, you can see him marking him. And somehow, Richarlison gets away from him and gets the goal. Tonali's knackered. He'll come off at half-time. He's not really doing much. Dennis Mann's having a stinker. Just tried setting up slightly differently today. I've used my second monitor / TV to put OBS on, so I can kind of keep an eye on the recording while I'm looking at the laptop and recording, just to keep an eye on my face position, head position, etc. But I don't know if that's what's causing the odd little bit of lag because I'm using the second monitor. I don't know. Shouldn't do, but unlucky. I've just tried unplugging the second monitor and it does already seem better. What a ball. Oh. Papetti, my God, I know he's marking Richarlison. Actually, isn't he? This should be 2-0. Fucking hell. Right. Petty, you can give Richarlison. Just because him going tight on Richarlison just allowed Dini the space to run down. I mean, who's marking Keane? Now we've got to get 3 goals. Is this where the Europa League dream ends? Oh, that's 10 men. Everton have got a problem with their discipline. They went down to 10 men last time. Could this be it? So many underperforming players. Yeah, this is the team that just schooled Juventus. Dennis, man, comebacks on. Yeah, this is the team that just schooled Juventus, and these players are just not performing for us. This rate, I think we're going to bring Arezzo on. I know he's not fully fit, but he's coming on. We're taking off Gold, and he's going up top. Dennis Mann also knackered. El Shaarawy knackered. Also not having a great game. And let's make the final change. Nonto, let's use the pace of Nonto. And it's... Oh, Bentaleb! No, man! No! Atrocious. Oh my god. Literally just made my last sub. And now all advantages that we have are out the window because Zagaritis has been injured. Esposito, you having a stinker, mate. Absolute stinker. See if we can fire up, man. I know he's knackered. Oh, unlucky. Come on, if we can get a second goal. Real nervy time. How? Why would you do that? High, extremely high. We're already going extremely high. High, just everything. Let's just push. They are now down to 9 men? 4, 3, 2, no. No, I thought Tom Davis being injured, I thought they wouldn't have, they just had to take him off. So much space now. So much space in this game. Right, counters on. We're running out of time fast. Esposito. That's got to be a penalty. That has got to be a penalty. And if it's a penalty, surely Godfrey would be getting sent off. Surely he'd be getting sent off because that's a last man. If that's a penalty, yes. And surely that's a clear goal scoring opportunity. Bentaleb taking the penalty. He's got like 17 penalty taken. You. No one wants to score penalties today, do they? That was the chance. That would have been the chance really to, now that chance is gone. Even if we get a goal now, we're going to struggle. Going to struggle to get 2 goals in the last, 4 minutes. Don't get me wrong, you can do it in Football Manager. We see it often enough, but that was the chance. Everton defending as Chris Kamara would say, beavers. Arezzo is injured as well. This game exacts a heavy toll. Finishing with 9 men through injuries. What a joke. What an absolute joke. I mean, don't get me wrong, we didn't play well, but that's the problem. We didn't play well enough. Esposito, you had a shocker. You're getting disciplined for that. Gold, El Shaarawy, all of you can get disciplined for your performances. Tell you matters worse. Zagaritis has broken his ankle. Somehow he injured it after sprinting. Okay. Out for 4 to 5 months. Fantastic. Arezzo, Sprained his ankle ligaments, out for 3 to 4 weeks. 1.37 mil. I'm really disappointed. Really disappointed. That was a real chance for some silver. The board are happy, but I'm not. I am not happy. So now we turn our attention to the Champions League. Now, going forward here, we've got 6 games to go. We'll do a double header, depending on how things are going. Maybe even a triple header. Look to bring it back for Udinese, maybe even Fiorentina. We'll do at least Udinese and Lazio because they are probably going to be massive. Let's see if we can secure that Champions League spot because I would love it if we can. Going back to our aspirations for the save, I did touch on it before. The way we've performed in some of the games this season, beating the likes of Milan. Don't get me wrong, we did that last season. And we also lost to them. Last season. We lost them early on this season. Slipping up against Atalanta. And against Napoli. But doing the double over Juventus. Drawing 1-1 with Inter. Only just losing to Inter in the second game of the season, sorry. Yes, we've lost to some of our rivals, but we've also beaten some of them. It's these games. It's the 1-0s against Bologna's, the 0-0s against Cagliari's, 2-2 against Torino. Even looking at the 0-0 with Monza, the 1-0 with Sampdoria, Hellas Verona 1-0 there. We can turn these results into wins and build on what we've already achieved this season. There's an outside chance we could challenge for the title next season. And I know that might sound ridiculous, but if we can recruit well, get a little bit more consistency going forward, especially in those wide areas like the right wing I did touch on in the last episode with regards to Dennis Mann, stands to reason we could have an outside shout at a title challenge. Watch me say this and we bomb out and, lose out big time. I don't think it's without, it's not in the realms of possibility that we could potentially be at least cementing a Champions League spot with an outside chance at, catching up to the top 3 teams in both teams from Milan and Juventus. Be exciting. Anyway, I really think silverware next season, my aim is to try and win the Coppa Italia. We were just a bad performance away from being in the semi-final, and I would have backed us to beat Sassuolo over 2 legs in that semi-final. But that's where, I need that consistency. Some fresher players maybe, better depth. And that will get us there, hopefully. So, as I said below, where do you think we're going to finish this season? And do you agree with me with my aspirations for next season? Until then, I shall see you around here, start of May. And let's see if we can get this. Come on, Palmer.